The last measure of center that we're going to look at is called the mid-range because it's halfway through the range, which we haven't covered range. We'll get to that in an upcoming section, but you may know what it is. And we call it a rough estimate of the middle because the median is dead center in the middle, but this is just a form of middle we're trying to find. So what we do is we add the smallest and the largest entries in the list, and importantly, we divide by 2. We're not dividing by 2 because we're trying to average them. What we're trying to do is cut the range of those values in half, and that's why we divide by 2. So let's look at the example that's given, 2A. We're asked to find the mid-range. So when I start, I'm scanning the list from left to right, and when I start by just looking at the number 12, I have no clue if 12 is large or small until I look at more of the list. So as I look at the first 2 entries, I determine that 12 is my small entry, 21 is my large entry, and now I'm going to go across the list deciding if anybody would be replacing the small or the large. 13 is not smaller or larger. 15 is not smaller or larger. Even though 12 ties to smaller, it is not smaller, so I'm not changing my list. And the same with 17. So you don't need to write S's and L's and slash off numbers, but that keeps things organized for me. I'm adding my small of 12 to my large of 21 to get 33. That's not the range of the numbers, but I'm going to cut that value in half to get 16, which would be halfway through that list in terms of its true range. And I repeat this process for all the other problems. Let's see, 9 is small, that S never comes out. 9 is small, 22 is large, 18 is not smaller or larger. Ooh, 19, whoops, I crossed it off. 19 is larger, so I need to knock out the smallest. So I'm adding 9 to 119. I get a total of 128. I divide by 2 to get halfway through that value, and I get 64. So 64 is not the median, but it's the mid-range. And then this process continues. So let me have you do problem C, solve and check your answer. Did you get 4 for your answer? You should have been adding your small of 0 to your large of 8 and dividing by 2. So now go ahead and work on problem D, and this one we'll go over in class.